In today's world, the fear of judgment from others can often hold us back from pursuing our true desires, expressing ourselves freely, or making bold decisions. With social media and the constant need for external validation, many of us become paralyzed by the thought of how we're being perceived by others. The fear of criticism, rejection, or disapproval can limit our potential and cloud our happiness. But what if we could live without the weight of others' opinions? What if we could detach from the fear of judgment and focus solely on our own values and beliefs? Stoicism offers a powerful framework for detaching from the judgment of others and living a life aligned with our true selves. As Epictetus wisely said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." This quote teaches us that our actions speak louder than words, and the key to living authentically lies not in seeking approval from others, but in embodying our principles and living according to our own values. In this video, we will explore how Stoicism can help us overcome the fear of judgment, free ourselves from the need for validation, and reclaim our power to live with confidence and authenticity. If the fear of judgment has held you back, this video will offer practical Stoic strategies to break free and step into your true potential. Epictetus offers a profound piece of wisdom when he says, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." This quote challenges us to stop seeking validation from others or feeling the need to explain ourselves. It teaches us that true strength lies in living authentically according to our values and beliefs, rather than trying to convince others of our worth or justify our actions. In the age of social media and constant external validation, this message is especially powerful. When we live in alignment with our own principles and act with integrity, we no longer need to worry about how others perceive us. By embodying our philosophy, we free ourselves from the fear of judgment and gain the freedom to live with confidence and peace. Rather than explaining ourselves or seeking approval, we can simply be who we are. The Stoic approach empowers us to trust in our values and make decisions that are true to ourselves, rather than seeking the approval of others. Epictetus's quote, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it," invites us to step away from the need to justify ourselves or seek approval from others. In a world where external validation is often seen as essential to our happiness, this Stoic principle teaches us that true peace comes from within, not from the opinions or judgments of others. Authenticity, not approval, becomes our guide. The fear of judgment is something most of us have experienced at some point in our lives. Whether it's the fear of criticism at work, disapproval from friends or family, or feeling exposed on social media, the pressure to conform to others' expectations can be overwhelming. We often alter our actions, beliefs, or even our personality to avoid judgment or gain approval. But what are we sacrificing in the process? When we live for others' approval, we lose our sense of self. We start basing our decisions on external validation instead of on what feels right for us. The fear of judgment then becomes the lens through which we make choices, leading to a life of fear, anxiety, and insecurity. Stoicism, however, offers us the freedom to let go of this fear and reconnect with our inner values. Epictetus reminds us that the power lies in embodying our philosophy. When we live according to our principles, we don't need to explain or defend ourselves. Our actions speak for themselves. Instead of waiting for others to approve, we become our own source of validation. The true strength is in being true to ourselves, regardless of what others think. This is the path to authentic living. Detaching from the fear of judgment. So, how can we begin to detach from the fear of judgment and live more authentically? Focus on what you can control. The Stoics teach us that we cannot control other people's opinions or actions, but we can control our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. When we accept that other people's judgments are beyond our control, we gain the freedom to focus on what matters, living in accordance with our values, not the opinions of others. Know your own values. One of the first steps to freeing ourselves from judgment is to get clear on what we stand for. What are your core values? What principles guide your decisions and actions? When we know what we value most, we are less likely to be swayed by the judgment of others. We act based on our beliefs, not based on what others think of us. Stop seeking validation. Instead of seeking approval from others, turn inward Ask yourself, am I acting in alignment with my values? Do I feel at peace with my choices? When we stop seeking external validation, we stop handing over our peace of mind to others. Self-validation comes from knowing that we are living authentically, regardless of others' opinions. Embrace imperfection. The fear of judgment often stems from our desire to appear perfect or flawless in the eyes of others. Perfectionism is a trap. When we accept that we are imperfect and that we will make mistakes, we stop fearing judgment. Instead of trying to be perfect, we aim to be authentic. It's this authenticity that fosters true confidence. Respond, don't react. When we feel judged, it's easy to react emotionally. Stoicism teaches us to pause and reflect before responding. Take a moment to assess whether the judgment is based on something real or a perception. Respond with wisdom, not defensiveness. When we learn to respond mindfully, we regain control over our reactions and reduce the power of others' judgments. Remember, your worth is not dependent on others' opinions. Your value doesn't fluctuate based on someone else's approval or criticism. You are inherently worthy of respect and love. When we internalize this truth, the fear of judgment diminishes. Your worth is not determined by what others think of you. It is intrinsic, the power of living authentically. When we stop living for others' approval, we begin to live with integrity. Living authentically means making decisions based on our own values and beliefs, without the need for external validation. When we embody our philosophy, as Epictetus suggests, we become grounded in our own sense of self, free from the constant need for approval or judgment. Authenticity creates inner peace because it comes from alignment with our true selves. When we embrace our vulnerability and imperfections, we open the door to deeper connections with others who will appreciate us for who we truly are, not who we pretend to be. In today's world, the fear of judgment is one of the most powerful forces that can shape our decisions and behaviors. Whether it's the pressure to look a certain way, succeed in our careers, or meet the expectations of others, the fear of what others think can often dictate our lives. Social media amplifies this, creating an environment where external validation is not only encouraged but expected. The constant comparison to others seeking likes, comments, and approval has made the fear of judgment more pervasive than ever before. But Stoicism offers a remedy. Instead of focusing on external opinions, Stoicism teaches us to find strength in self-mastery and authenticity. As Epictetus wisely stated, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." This powerful quote encourages us to stop trying to justify or explain ourselves to others. Instead of seeking approval, we should focus on living our values and letting our actions speak for themselves. The burden of external validation. The constant need for external validation, whether through likes on a post, praise from our peers, or approval from authority figures, can create a deep sense of insecurity. When we base our worth on others' opinions, we lose control over our own lives. We start making decisions based on what others expect from us, rather than what aligns with our true selves. This external dependency can lead to anxiety, self-doubt, and a lack of fulfillment. Stoicism offers a liberating alternative. Instead of seeking validation from others, Stoics encourage us to look inward. We are the only ones who truly know what is best for us. By embracing self-awareness and living according to our values, we reclaim control over our decisions and actions. The Stoic path to detaching from judgment. Stoicism doesn't ask us to stop caring about others altogether. Instead, it teaches us to detach from the need for external approval. When we stop seeking validation from the outside world, we regain true freedom. Here's how Stoic principles can help us detach from the fear of judgment. Focus on what you can control. The first Stoic lesson is the dichotomy of control, the understanding that we cannot control other people's opinions, but we can control our own actions, responses, and attitudes. When we stop giving power to the judgments of others, we reclaim the freedom to live authentically, regardless of external reactions. Live according to your values. One of the core Stoic principles is living in accordance with nature, meaning living a life aligned with your deepest values, not someone else's. When we prioritize virtue over approval, we find fulfillment in living with integrity, regardless of others' perceptions. This inner alignment helps us act with confidence and clarity, not out of a need to impress or gain acceptance. Reframe judgment as feedback. The Stoic mindset encourages us to reframe judgment as feedback rather than something to fear. When we receive criticism or judgment, we can ask ourselves, is this feedback useful? What can I learn from this? Instead of being defensive, we can use external opinions as opportunities to grow and refine our approach. Embrace imperfection. The fear of judgment is often tied to the fear of not being perfect or meeting others' expectations. But Stoicism teaches us that perfection is unattainable, and we should focus on continuous improvement instead. When we embrace our imperfections, we free ourselves from the need for constant validation. We can act with authenticity, knowing that we don't need to be flawless to be worthy of respect. Practice detachment. In Stoic practice, detachment means understanding that others' opinions of us do not define our worth. This is especially important in a world where social media can amplify judgment. Practice stepping back from external feedback, recognizing that your worth comes from within, not from the approval of others. Living authentically and free from judgment. The more we focus on living according to our values, the less we will be affected by external opinions. Self-acceptance becomes the foundation of authentic living. When we no longer base our worth on others' judgments, we free ourselves from anxiety and insecurity. We become more confident, resilient, and grounded in who we are. In practical terms, this means making decisions based on what you believe is right, not based on fear of judgment. For example, instead of worrying about how others will perceive your career choices, your relationships, or your lifestyle, focus on making choices that align with your true values. This shift in mindset creates a sense of peace and freedom because it removes the constant pressure of trying to please others. Overcoming the fear of judgment. The Stoic approach to overcoming the fear of judgment is simple but powerful. Live authentically, act according to your values, and detach from the opinions of others. When you stop seeking validation, you free yourself to pursue your goals with confidence and clarity. You stop reacting to external pressures and start responding from a place of inner strength and peace. As we conclude today's discussion on overcoming the fear of judgment, remember that true freedom comes not from seeking approval from others, but from living authentically and in alignment with your own values. Epictetus reminds us that don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Instead of trying to justify your actions or seek validation, embody your principles through your choices and actions. When you live according to what truly matters to you, you free yourself from the constraints of external judgment. In a world full of external pressures and opinions, Stoicism offers us the freedom to focus inward, trust our judgment, and act with integrity. The next time you feel the fear of judgment creeping in, remember, you have the power to choose how to respond. When you live authentically and remain focused on what you can control, the fear of judgment will lose its grip on you. So, as you go about your day, ask yourself, how can I live in alignment with my values, regardless of what others think? How can I embrace my authentic self and let go of the fear of judgment? Thank you for joining us today. If this video resonated with you, subscribe and share it with someone who could benefit from breaking free from the fear of judgment. Together, let's embrace our true selves and live with confidence, regardless of the opinions of others.